everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my channel. This is a new sewing vlog for this week. Today is Monday, July 13th, and it is time for more sewing. So right after the last vlog ended on a Saturday, I did actually do a little bit of work. I've got this skirt that is by Hector Russell Quiltmaker Group. I got it at the thrift store a couple weeks ago for the whopping price of $10.99, considering it's like yards of wool from Scotland, which is really cool. And the thing is that it was a tiny bit small and also ugly. It had this lovely pleated section in the back of the skirt, but the front of the skirt was just two sections that wrapped over on top of each other. And I really love pleated wool plaid skirts. Who doesn't, right? So I decided what I was going to do with this copious yardage was I was going to take the waistband off of the front sections of the skirt and re-pleat those sections. You can see all my pins there. And seam up the side and add an invisible zipper so that I can just wear this as a full pleated skirt. I will also need to chop off about like a foot at the bottom because it's actually really long. Really, it's supposed to be, I think, a full-length skirt, but I'm 5'10", so it's like that awkward high ankle length on me, and I really would like it mid-calf. So I'm just gonna chop off some of the yardage, and I guess I'll save that extra little bit of wool so that when I do Merida Disney bounds, I can just have like extra wool to play with. But I'm really excited about this. I need to pick up the zipper tomorrow from Joann's, but otherwise I have everything that I need. So my goal for today, I've already pleated everything in place. That was on Saturday night, but my goal for today is to stitch down those pleats because, as you can hopefully tell, the existing pleats are actually stitched down about a foot. So I'm going to stitch these pleats down and probably won't seam up the side until I get the zipper tomorrow. But somehow, while I was pleating those pleats, which I literally, like, I measured the distance between each pleat, but I did not measure the depth, and I did not measure how much I needed to take up to get to my waistband, and somehow I wound up at what appears to be my exact waist measurement. So that's cool. Hopefully I didn't jinx that. But I'm going to stitch down basically like all but one of the pleats so that I can measure it once I get it all seamed up. And I'm excited for this. I think it'll be a really cute skirt. Everyone loves a wool skirt in summer, right? And but luckily it's also only just getting to summer here in Washington State. So anyway, this will be my first sewing project for this week. I'll be going back and forth with that and with working on the rhinestones on Elsa, but I still need to draw out my rhinestone pattern there. And again, most Elsa content is going to be going in its own blog, so sorry I won't be vlogging any of that for now. You'll have to wait until like September or end of August for that. But anyway, I just thought I would fill you in on my first project this week, and we'll see what the rest of the week digs up, because to be honest, I'm not sure. I have a lot of CADD going around in my head right now. I want to start another sewing project while working on the rhinestoning because I can only do that when it's not too hot in the room. It adds a lot of heat. And so I'm kind of torn up. I was going to be working on an 18th century, I can't pronounce this word, caraco jacket, short jacket, hip length jacket for an event that is not quite canceled, but it is now different in the beginning of August. And now that it's different, it's basically turned from a colonial festival to an encampment, and I don't know that I want to go to it anymore. So that was my plan, to hopefully make up that caraco by the time of that event. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe instead that same weekend, the current plan is to finally go up to Port Townsend. My friend Emily and I, the sucky seamstress, who you saw in last week's vlog, we're planning to go up and just be Victorian ladies for the weekend. And so I have this wild idea in my head now that, oh, well, maybe I should make myself a new summer bustle by then. I know, right? But also I kind of want to. So that might be what I work on later this week. We shall see. Got all my pleats stitched down. One of the things that I remembered luckily after I'd only done 3 pleats, was that when I first held it up to myself, it was kind of unflattering with the pleats stitched down so far into the skirt. And so I had thought at one point, oh, I should actually take out, like seam rip some of the existing pleats and make them shorter. And so I did 3 of the full length, stitching them down, and then was like, oh yeah, that's not flattering. So I actually went through and I unpicked all of these existing pleats and the 3 that I'd done, and then stitched them all down. They're about, I don't know, 3 inches, I think, that is stitched down now, and then the rest will be pressed into place. So now I just have to pick up the zipper tomorrow, and then I can close up this seam, stitch down the last 2 pleats on either side. Once I put the zipper in, I can put the waistband back on and cut the length, and then it'll be done. So this should be a nice, super quick project that, as long as I have some sewing mojo tomorrow, I can knock out tomorrow, hopefully. For now though, I think I'm going to spend a little more time this evening drawing out the rhinestone placement on Elsa, because that's going to be a process. Even just drawing it out, I'm not looking forward to it, but hopefully it won't be too bad, and the more that I draw it out, then I can get started on actually rhinestoning it. So that's next. Hello again, it is Tuesday night. It happened to somehow be 10:55 p.m. and I didn't do any sewing today. Whoops. I did go to Joann's and I got the zipper for the plaid skirt, and I also picked up some yellow matte satin for a circle skirt that I've been wanting to make. So I'm gonna make like a midi length circle skirt. I've been really wanting a yellow skirt for a long time, and I enjoy my satin turquoise skirt. So that's probably what I'll do next this week instead of the bustle gown that I was thinking about yesterday. But I did do a non-sewing project today. I did a fun crafty project, and I will have how I did this in a whole other video coming up in the beginning of August. But I made a pin board. So here's your sneak preview. I'm super happy with how it turned out. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because again, that's going to be its own video in the beginning of August. So look for that. That'll be, I think, the first Friday of August that will go up. But it was a super fun and super easy project. And I guess it's bedtime now, unfortunately. So yeah, no sewing, no rhinestoning. That will all have to wait for tomorrow. What can you do? I finished my skirt. I am just a tiny bit worried that it is a skosh too big around the waist, but it's so close that I could always just move the hooks and bars over a tiny bit and it would be fine. But I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I don't know how well you can see even the pattern, but it is what I think is a black watch plaid or a Campbell tartan. Lion. Shh. And I'm really happy with the length too. I wound up cutting off just this much, so not very much, and then hemming it up about 1.5 inches from that point. So it has about 1.5 inches hem. So I guess when I do a bound or something, I'll be able to do some sort of a nice Merida something. But yeah, so that was today's project. It wasn't too bad. It really just involved doing the whole hem and cutting everything off, and first inserting the invisible zipper, which worked just fine, and then I also put the waistband on the 2/3 of the skirt where there wasn't already a waistband. Let's see, I did a hand hem. I did there's 2 hooks and bars, skirt hooks and bars for the closure. And that was really all I had left today. So it was pretty easy. I'm really happy with it. I love the length. It's just hits right at the mid-calf. And I'm super excited to add this to my wardrobe. I think, honestly, the only drawback, if there was one, is that it doesn't have pockets. So one thing that I am thinking about, but I don't think it's really gonna work, is maybe adding patch pockets. But I feel like because of the pleats, patch pockets are going to be kind of weird. But I have a lot of other skirts without pockets. I mean, I was wearing this skirt earlier today. This doesn't have pockets. Half the skirts in my wardrobe don't have pockets. I just prefer pockets, obviously. But there's actually only even one seam in this skirt, and it's the one where the zipper is. And while I have put zip pockets and zippers on the same seam before, and it's just fine, it would be weird to only have one pocket. So I figured no pockets was better than one pocket. Anyway, that is today's sewing project. It is now 7:26. I've been waiting for the heat to die down so that Lion and I can take our walk. So we've made it down to about 81 from 84. It's not really helping, but I guess it's as good as it's gonna get. So we're gonna go on our walk, and when I get back, I think I'm going to try to do some Elsa rhinestone placement, because I really want to, at the very least, get all of my lines drawn on for that before I work on that yellow circle skirt, because I really want to work on the yellow circle skirt. But I have to force myself to do the things that I don't want to do before I get to do the things that I do want to do. Plus, I really want to finish Elsa. One of the things that I've realized, Lion, you're loud. You're jingly. One of the things that I've realized is that I want my dress form back. This has now been on my dress form for 2+ months, I think, and it's too long, and I want my dress form back because, like, I didn't necessarily want to put this skirt on. I wanted to be able to show it to you on a dress form, but I can't because Elsa is hogging my dress form. I also need to take pictures of my ribbon strap chemise, and that video is going up this week. And I don't want to take pictures of the chemise on me because, you know, it's a chemise. And so I need to take it on the dress form, but so yeah, we'll see. I just need to make my thumbnail for that. That's it for now. I'll check back later if I get to work on Elsa, but also I'm not supposed to be blogging about Elsa on here, so I may or may not check back later at all. I might see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, it is Friday afternoon, and as you can see, I am dressed like Governor Ratcliffe, except in the 1830s and female. So if you've been on my channel for a little while, you have seen this dress before, because I did do at least 2 videos, I think, in this dress. I think I did my Costuber 20 questions tag part 2 in this, and I've also shown you how to get dressed in this dress. I still do owe you a how I made this dress, so look for that coming, I think, in August. I'm pretty sure that's actually the next video that I have to film. In any case, I'm actually wearing this dress today because I'm going to go do a photo shoot with one of my friends in a rose garden in Tacoma at Point Defiance, which is, I think, one of the prettiest places there is. It's a little late for roses and it's on the early side for dahlias, so I'm intrigued to see what's actually there, but it's got some nice sort of water features and plants and other stuff in the garden as well, a wishing well, things like that. So I'm excited to do a little photo shoot there. I'm also excited to see my friend because I have seen her once for this whole entire thing, and she is a photographer, so she's going to take pictures of me, and because of that she'll be 6 feet away, so see, it works. But just in case, I also decided to be a little extra, and I made this mask right here because, you know, every Governor Ratcliffe needs a pink silk mask covered with bows. I did this in the same pattern that I have been using, except this one I decided to add a nose wire in it because I've been feeling like that one that I made for the Edwardian dress was just a little gappy right here. So I was hoping that this would improve that, and I think it's going to. I did notice that the silk is a little bit harder to breathe through than the cotton, though easier than the Supima cotton. And the other thing, of course, is that I forgot that I made this out of silk. So washing it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I realized that a couple hours after I made this today, so whoops. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I've heard that you can steam to wash them too. I'm sure it won't help with the makeup transfer, but I guess it will at least help with germs and anything like that. So I'm probably going to try just steaming this wholeheartedly. It's a silk, what is this? A silk shantung, I think, that I have not pre-washed, so, because it's silk shantung. So we'll see how that handles. And then I've got like the velvet ribbon that I always use on my bows, and a tiny piece of vintage lace that was literally the width of this mask. So I thought that was perfect. And I think this is off of my blue bustle gown. Actually, this was the remainder. That's how close I played it with that lace. I don't know how that worked. So yeah, so that was today's project, besides the fact that I was also working today. That's why now I'm ready to go out at 4:35 and take some pictures. But I did also do some, not sewing, but work on Elsa yesterday. Again, I'm not going to talk too much of it here because this isn't supposed to be an Elsa vlog, but I finished my rhinestone placement lines, so now I can actually start on rhinestoning the skirt, which I will probably do tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to the rose garden now. I doubt that I'll do any other sewing tonight besides hopefully rhinestoning, especially since it's already 4:30. I figured, you know, better check in, especially while I'm dressed like this. Bye! I'm here at the lovely rose garden with all of the roses past their prime. So I guess their roses are actually over here in the background, but we're still taking pictures and it's pretty, and some of the dahlias look like they're in bloom, so that's exciting. And I was taking pictures with Percy and my sash on for Governor Ratcliffe, but now I'm just kind of doing 1830s. So yeah, I am here with my friend Rachel, who is, there we go, she's in the background over here, and we're keeping our distance, and she is taking all sorts of pictures, and it's fun. Future Rebecca here, because I never closed out this vlog. So that, all of those pictures were on Friday afternoon. I did not wind up doing any more work that night, and I spent the entire weekend just working on rhinestones on Elsa and got not even a quarter of the way done with these zigzags on the skirt. So it's going to be a very slow, laborious process. And because of that, I'm a little bit worried about what sort of sewing content next week's vlog is going to have. I'm going to try to do that yellow skirt that I mentioned, but I don't know what else there's going to be. Otherwise, I think I'm really going to be focusing a lot on the rhinestones on Elsa, and also making sure that I have everything prepped and ready to go for COVID, because as you are probably aware, COVID is in a week and a half at this point. I have all of my videos for COVID filmed and edited and uploaded, but I still have to do sort of like the back end thing and make sure that all of my badges are prepared and everything. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on today and tomorrow, and then hopefully the yellow skirt will be next week's vlog, but there's not going to be much content so I do apologize for that in advance. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did like it, please go ahead and click the thumbs up icon, and if you'd like to see more videos like this from me, please go ahead and click subscribe and the little bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. With the vlogs here now, I post videos twice a week, but I do post every day over on Instagram, so please go follow me on Instagram. That's at Lady Rebecca Fashions. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in my next video. Happy sewing!